In most companies across domains and industry sectors, the HR section has to deal with conflicts arising due to the difference of ages in the workplace. Welcome to a new episode of MyClan, and today we will have a look on how to deal with generational conflicts in your workplace. At our workplace, the workforce comprises of 18 years old undergrad interns to 75 years old seasoned professionals. We are working with about 5 generations at our workplace. First, let's take a look at these 5 generations. Silent traditionalists. People born between 1928 and 1945 belong to this generation. They are also known as traditionalists or radio babies. They find this type of communication as easy and prefer it over the use of modern technology. The silent traditionalists like a hierarchical system with a command and control approach. This can be because of the fact that they have seen both the world wars and have felt the effects of the same. They are company loyal, with many working for the same company for their entire lifetime. This generation regards duty to be more important than rights or enjoyment. Baby boomers. People born post Second World War from between 1946 and 1964 belong to this generation. These people prefer interactions with other people and prefer conference-room communications. The baby boomers did not have the tools and technology to work remotely for most of their lives, so work from home or working on weekends is not very acceptable for them. These people believe that in order to achieve something, you have to put in efforts and have a feeling of fulfillment when they are rewarded for their hard work. As like silent traditionalists, they do have company loyalty and most certainly have worked for one or not more than 2 organizations in their lifetime. Gen X, also known as Gen Xers, people in this generation are those who are born in between the years 1965 and 1980. This generation is alright with the use of conference rooms and have also adopted well in making use of emails at workplace or use of phone calls. People of this generation see themselves as individuals. Gen Xers do not prefer typical hierarchical organizational structures and many times are open to suggestions and changes regarding the same. They expect rewards from organization as well as some recognition. They put more emphasis on personal skill set development rather than getting a fancy job title at workplace and have low affiliation to a particular group and high self-esteem. This is the most entrepreneurial generation. They believe in having balance between work and personal life. Millennials. This generation is of people born between 1983 and 1996. They are also known as Generation Y. Walking across the room in order to communicate to someone is old-fashioned for this generation, who find texting or mailing to be simpler and more efficient technique. Rather than only working to fulfill company goals, these people look for a fulfilling purpose at work. The non-stop progress in technology and growing culture of working with fast speed in companies, millennials have the tendency of working for short-term goals and gains rather than thinking of long-term goals. They give high value to education and have the open-mindedness of being lifelong learners. They have high self-esteem and are less concerned of social taboos or social approvals, due to which they will definitely change their job if they feel like the present job is not fulfilling the economic, social and self-values. Generation Z. People born from 1997 onwards belong to this generation. This generation is youngest in the workforce, has recently joined the workforce and usually work as interns or freshers. Blessed with being born at a time when technology was readily available in hand, these people cannot even think of working working a single day without technology. Generation Z workers like to work with fast pace with their job in hand and do not mind constant changes and upgradation in their working methods or work cultures. They are open to wide-ranging communities and policies at workplace. As all generations have diverse likes and dislikes, the main differences arise in these generations mostly in the following work-related areas: communication techniques, technical abilities, resistance to change, teamwork with different departments, experiences related to work or organization principles. Let's now look at what solutions can be used or what techniques can be useful to solve differences between generations in the workplace. Develop methods to decide on conflicts. A technique of conflict resolution should be framed by the HR department, considering the working and behavioral styles of all generation of employees and the short-term goal or long-term differences which they have. Any solution be provided by the HR team should be on the basis of mutual satisfaction of all the parties involved. The degree of assertiveness, collaboration and accommodating all parties involved should be thought of when providing a resolution. Don't micromanage. Micromanaging is not preferred by younger generations, especially millennials and Generation Z people. Managers from the baby boomer generation and also those from Gen Xers who look into a team should stay away from micromanaging people. One way of doing this is to give the younger generation a task, educate them so as to increase efficiency, and take a step back to see how they perform. Knowledge transfer. The older generations of workforce have gained their knowledge through experiences and time. The decision-making ability is better in older generations because of the various situations faced by them individually and on an organizational level. Lack of this ability in younger workforce can be frustrating for older generations because it slows up the work process. The HR team must design proper communication techniques and learning sessions to share the knowledge and experience acquired by the older generations. Tailor your communication manner. To get a message to your team, a simple desktop mail is sufficient for baby boomers. Generation X and millennials may want desktop and mobile communication, so managers must make use of mail and mobile application programs to get the message to these people. Not surprisingly, it is only mobile communication for the Generation Z coupled with a real-time nature of these mobile applications. Here, managers must choose wisely amongst the many communication options so that none of the generations feel left out. Trust. HRs should encourage trust-building activities amongst team members, and people of all generations must be made aware that only trust will in turn help them to gain trust of other team players. Managers should not proceed like they know it all. No one wants to work for a boss who has the feeling that he or she already knows everything, is not open to new discussions, and discourages new ideas or thinking out of the box. This is especially applicable to teams wherein the boss is from an older generation and most of the team comprises of new generation members. New thoughts from the younger generation should be praised and implemented. Develop a mentorship or training plan. The managers and HRs must strive to develop a mentorship program wherein one or few workers have the know-how knowledge of a particular process or technology and will teach many members regarding that process or technology. All generation members. The baby boomers and Gen Xers have a very firm grip on management techniques and know particularly well which decisions are to be made in which situation. They can instruct younger generations about the same. Millennials and Generation Z employees can master technology immediately, whereas the older generations do not accept much changes when it comes to technology. Making the baby boomers and Generation Xers understand technology better and helping them to integrate technology with their work can be done by millennials or Generation Z employees. This coaching program will also be helpful in developing mutual respect and building relationships amongst all generations. Inclusion. The ability of a team to include in itself a lone member or few members of a different generation is called inclusion. It must be a two-way method to interact and understand team members of another generation where both or all the generations are involved. Each team player must have patience and fairly evaluate the working fashion of different generation members. Sharing control. A good way to bring down the wall of differences is that the older generation must be willing to share control of the project with the new generation members. Let the new team members take control of the project at the level of their expertise and experience and help them integrate with the older generation team members. Go off-site. The once-in-a-while holiday is considered to be a great team-building activity wherein the entire team puts their hectic work tasks behind and go out for a day of vacation. Playing a variety of outdoor games and interacting with each other on topics other than work can be a very good experience for all generation members in knowing their team members on a completely different level. Another important accomplishment of taking your team off-site is that it helps people to overcome generational stereotypes. Team gatherings over a period of time will help people to know the good qualities of different generations and can help to remove the incorrect images formed in their mind. What do you feel should be done to face these conflicts between generations? Are you a manager or a HR person facing this difficulty? Let us know more of your thoughts in the comments section.